The Porcupine Mountains, or the Porkies, as they're affectionately called by locals, sprawl across the western edge of Michigan's Upper Peninsula. It's a remote, rugged stretch of land where ancient hemlocks tower over deep ravines, and inland lakes shimmer under shifting skies. The wilderness here feels untouched, untamed in a way that humbles even the most seasoned hikers. It was late September when Claire and Josh, both 27, drove up from Chicago to celebrate their 5th anniversary. They had always bonded over hiking, and the Porkies offered exactly what they were craving: solitude, crisp autumn air, and fiery foliage. As they pulled into the gravel lot near the Lake of the Clouds overlook, the horizon burned with reds and golds of changing maple leaves. The lake below glowed like liquid sapphire, cradled by a valley of ancient trees. The couple planned a 2-night backpacking loop, starting with a hike along the escarpment trail and circling down the Big Carp River Trail. That first day was perfect. The sun filtered through the canopy, and chickadees flitted past their path. They reached their campsite before dark, pitched their tent near the river, and ate dehydrated chili while laughing about the absurdity of city life. But that night, as the wind picked up and the forest settled into a strange stillness, Claire had trouble sleeping. Something didn't feel right. By the second day, the trails grew steeper and more tangled. Fallen trees crisscrossed the path, and the forest became darker, denser. Here, the signs of civilization faded. No cell service, no fellow hikers, just the wind sighing through the pines and the occasional rustle of movement in the underbrush. That afternoon, while filtering water from a slow-moving stream, Claire heard a low crack, like a branch snapping. She glanced up, but the woods were still. "Probably a deer," Josh said, unfazed. But Claire couldn't shake her unease. She had read before coming that black bears were common in the Porkies. Michigan's black bears, smaller and shyer than their grizzly cousins, usually avoided humans. Bears are in hyperphagia, consuming up to 20,000 calories a day to prepare for hibernation, and campers, with their freeze-dried meals and trail mix, are sometimes irresistible. They reached Mirror Lake by evening. The campsite was beautiful, serene even. A blanket of mist hovered just above the water. Josh set up the tent while Claire hung their food bag in a tree about 100 feet away, just like the ranger station had instructed. But that night, as they sat by the fire, they heard it again, a heavy shuffle in the dark. Josh pointed his headlamp toward the woods. "Nothing. It's just raccoons," he said. But Claire's stomach nodded. They crawled into their tent around 10. The wind whispered through the trees. Owls hooted in the distance. Then something snorted just outside. Claire's eyes shot open. Another snort, louder now, a huffing breath, the sound of claws scraping bark. Josh unzipped the tent flap, just a crack, and froze. In the light of his headlamp stood a massive black bear, easily 300 pounds. Its glossy coat shimmered with dew, and its eyes caught the light in dull orange orbs. It was standing on its hind legs, looking right at them. "Don't move," Josh whispered, but Claire was already trembling. The bear dropped on all fours and began a sound neither of them had ever heard. Guttural and deep, it lunged. The tent crumbled as claws ripped through nylon and flesh. Josh screamed as he shoved Claire out the side, blood pouring from a deep gash in his arm. Claire scrambled backward through the pine needles, heart pounding, mouth open but no sound coming out. The bear turned on Josh, driven not by rage but hunger. It bit down on his leg and dragged him toward the tree line. Claire did the only thing she could think of. She grabbed a branch, flaming from the campfire, and screamed with every ounce of breath she had. The bear hesitated. Fire. It dropped Josh and backed off a few feet, huffing, lips peeled back. Claire stood between it and Josh, waving the burning stick like a sword. Finally, the bear turned and lumbered into the woods. Gone. Just like that. Claire wrapped Josh's wounds with parts of their clothing, barely managing to keep him conscious. She activated their emergency beacon. Thank God. Josh had insisted on carrying one, and waited through the longest night of her life. At dawn, a rescue helicopter arrived. Josh survived, but just barely. He needed 32 stitches, a skin graft, and physical therapy for nearly a year. Claire never hiked again. The Rangers later found the bear. It was an older male, gaunt from a poor berry season. They confirmed it had raided several campsites in recent weeks. It was euthanized. The Porcupine Mountains remain a favorite destination for nature lovers, but those who visit now see new signs posted at trailheads. Warning: bear activity reported. Keep food properly stored. Never approach a bear. If you see one, back away slowly. Don't run. And at night, keep your fire burning. Some nights, if you camp near Mirror Lake, you might hear it. The deep, dragging breath of something just outside your tent. And if you do, don't unzip the flap.
What's up, guys and gals? Iceman here. So this was a different way of doing videos on this channel, and I'm curious, which method do you prefer? Do you prefer just the raw take of me telling a story, or do you prefer the video overlays with the bears, the campers, the woods, and a sort of more worked out script? Let me know in the comments below which style you prefer. It's been a good time, so thank you all for your support, thank you all for your views, and thank you to my patrons and channel members. Look forward to hearing from you, and I'll see you tomorrow with more chilling tales from the Iceman.